Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Lakers' Luka Doncic hints at Nuggets game availability after wasted 45-point effort. Luka Doncic appears to be teasing his status for Friday's game between the Los Angeles Lakers and Denver Nuggets. Tip-off for that game is set for 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Doncic is coming off a dominant 45-point, 11-rebound outing against the Milwaukee Bucks on Thursday. However, his efforts weren't enough as the Lakers lost in a 126-106 blowout. Los Angeles remains limited on key players, notably being without LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, and Jackson Hayes due to injury. However, losses to the Boston Celtics, Brooklyn Nets and Bucks is causing worry for those who have hopes for the team's chances of success. Doncic remains focused on winning for the Lakers, so much so that he's not too hyped about his 45-point display. Luka Doncic, asked about the rhythm he got in to score 45 points against the Bucks, said nothing matters individually if you lose the game, team reporter Mike Trudell wrote via X. As for his availability against the Nuggets, ESPN's Dave McMenamin had the tidbit on that front. We'll see. We'll see on that one, Doncic said. With the Lakers game against the Nuggets being the second of a back-to-back, Luka Doncic hinting at his availability warrants eyes to keep track of him. Doncic has done a solid job elevating the Lakers' offense when it's at full strength alongside co-star LeBron James. After 12 games, he is averaging 24.5 points, 8.4 rebounds, 8 assists, and 1.8 steals per game. However, with James and other key players on the sidelines, it will be imperative for Doncic, Austin Reeves, and the rest of the supporting cast to step up moving forward. Los Angeles currently has a 40-24 record on the season, holding the fourth spot in the Western Conference standings. They are even with the Houston Rockets while trailing the Denver Nuggets and Memphis Grizzlies by 1 game. Following Friday's game against the Nuggets, the Lakers will return home for their next matchup. Spurs major De'Aaron Fox decision gets honest reaction from Devin Vassell. The news that De'Aaron Fox will miss the final month of the season because of injury didn't surprise his San Antonio Spurs teammates. Perhaps the announcement came a couple of days early. But it wasn't unexpected, especially to Devin Vassell. Directly following an early March game at the Sacramento Kings, which marked his first meeting against his former team since the trade a month before, Fox revealed insight regarding the nagging finger. He told reporters that he and the Spurs planned to have the pinky on his dominant hand examined in mid-March when they'd be in Los Angeles because the related doctor practices there. He then went a step further, admitting that surgery could occur right there. The day before news of the surgery became public, one of Fox's teammates discussed the possibility. "I want De'Aaron to make the decision that's gonna ultimately be best for him," Vassell responded about whether the 27-year-old star might undergo a procedure before the season ends. The Spurs are scheduled to arrive in the City of Angels on March 16 to face the Lakers the next day. Following a San Antonio victory over the Dallas Mavericks 3 games before that Lakers matchup, Fox again alluded that the injured tendon in his left hand would be repaired with some expediency. "It'll get fixed soon enough. I've been playing with it the whole season. A lot of the time I just say, it is what it is. But, I scored 60. I scored 60 with it and then I had 49 the next night with it. You try to just get through it," Fox continued. The Spurs have since announced that surgery on Fox's left hand is scheduled for March 17 in Los Angeles. The Spurs' second leading scorer for the better part of the last 3 seasons, Vassell, slipped to third with the arrival of De'Aaron Fox. Ahead of the announcement of the procedure, the 24-year-old Spurs guard contemplated the big picture while discussing the possibility that Fox would miss the rest of the season. "Obviously, it's something that we all know he needs to get fixed. I don't want to sit here and speak on what he should or shouldn't do. I just want to make sure that he's good and that he's healthy because I know when he is healthy he's going to help this team tremendously," Vassell said. The decision comes just weeks after Victor Wembanyama's season ended because of blood clots. Obviously, I would love to have all 5 of my fingers and not have one get in the way or not have somebody tape them together, Fox shared. It happened the second day of training camp, so at that point, I've got to play. Drifting further out of Western Conference's play-in contention, the decision to go forward with season-ending surgery became an easier one for the Spurs, even if Fox didn't talk about it much with his teammates. He hasn't really explained the injury, I guess, to me, so I don't really understand how it affects him during the game, or however it does, Vassell revealed. As revealing are his wishes for Fox. I want to make sure that he's good, that he's healthy. Turns out, that's the plan for the fall, not the spring, of 2025. LaMelo Ball and Kyrie Irving get traded in massive 3-team mock trade that includes Lakers. LaMelo Ball and Kyrie Irving will find themselves on new teams if this proposed trade from an NBA insider comes to pass. With the NBA offseason just a few months away, GMs across the league will already be making their plans to bolster their rosters. We are sure to see one massive blockbuster trade during that time. Bleacher Report's Eric Pinus proposed one massive trade between the Dallas Mavericks, Los Angeles Lakers, and Charlotte Hornets that sees the Mavs get their next franchise star, the Lakers get a center, and the Hornets get a massive haul. This deal comes with a few caveats. For starters, Kyrie Irving would have to opt into his player option. Otherwise, the All-Star can leave as a free agent. On top of that, both Irving and LaMelo Ball get a trade kicker of $6.6 million and $2.8 million, respectively. As for the Hornets, they would have to fully guarantee Josh Okogie's $7.8 million salary for the following season, while Daquan Jeffries' $2.7 million salary would have to remain non-guaranteed. And lastly, they would use their non-taxpayer mid-level exception to take in Maxi Kleber's $11 million salary. The deal is certainly a bold one. But would any of the teams be compelled to say yes? We take a look below. When it comes to the Mavericks, it's hard to see them agreeing to this deal. While Kyrie Irving's recent ACL tear complicates their team's future planning, they seem to be confident in him recovering and returning to form once again. On top of that, acquiring LaMelo Ball creates more questions than answers. Ball is a brilliantly talented point guard who could be the face of their franchise, but he has struggled with fitness for much of his career. On top of that, he has yet to take a massive leap like other players from his draft class, like Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, and Tyrese Maxey, have taken in recent years. Not to mention, he isn't the playmaker that Irving is, despite having many more years left in him. The other assets, like Okogie and Jeffries, are merely there to make the salaries work. The trade exceptions they receive from this trade could allow them to bolster their squad. But it's hard to see how a core of LaMelo Ball and Anthony Davis, two very injury-prone stars, could compete for a championship. As for the Charlotte Hornets, this deal doesn't do much for their short-term or long-term championship aspirations. Irving's ACL injury will keep him out for a long time. However, with their season going the way it has, the Hornets could land a high draft pick in the coveted 2025 NBA draft class. Irving could take whatever player they draft, along with other young stars like Brandon Miller, under his wing and show them the ropes about what it takes to be a star in the NBA and compete at the highest level possible. Irving knows the road to the top better than most other stars in the league and could show them the way, on and off the court. Aside from that, the Hornets would be happy to welcome back Dalton Knecht, who almost joined the team as part of the failed Mark Williams trade. The 2 first-round picks from the Mavericks and Lakers could be very valuable for them to land players in the draft or use as trade assets in the future to build the team they want to. And you, fan? What do you think about Daniel Gafford's situation? Write to us in the comments.